Hello everyone, we are going to start with The Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 1. But before we begin, I will brief you on the story of the play. Now this story revolves around two merchants. Shylock, who is a Jewish merchant, and he lends money at a very high rate of interest. Whereas there is another merchant who is Antonio, a Christian merchant, and he is shown as a very kind and a generous person who lends money without any interest, thereby spoiling Shylock's business. And that's why they hate each other. Now, the story revolves around how these two get entangled with each other, how Shylock tries to take revenge from Antonio, and how Antonio is saved from the clutches of Shylock. Now the opening scene which we are going to do today is very significant because it shows the main character Antonio, who is shown as a melancholic person. Now in this scene we are also known to the fact that why Antonio has to take the loan from Shylock, and this is how they both get entangled with each other. Now let's begin with the scene. Now the scene begins on a Venetian street where Antonio is in a very sad mood and his friends Salarino and Selenio, they are trying to put forward the reasons. They are trying to figure out why Antonio is sad. Antonio says, "In sooth," that means honestly speaking, "I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me, you say it wearies you." Now Antonio is very sad, but he says that honestly speaking, I have no idea why I am so sad. It wearies me. He says, "I am tired of this sickness. You say it wearies you, just as you people are tired of seeing me so sad and melancholic. But how I caught it, found it, or came by it, what stuff it is made of, whereof it is born, I am to learn." But Antonio himself is unaware of why he is sad, how this sadness comes to him, how it caught hold of him. And such a want with sadness makes of me. That is, want with sadness means a foolish person, an absent-minded fellow. Now Antonio is saying that this sadness has made me so absent-minded and such a stupid, foolish person that I have much ado to know myself. He says, I am having difficulty in recognizing myself. यानी उसको खुद को पहचानने में तकलीफ हो रही है क्योंकि वो खुद समझ नहीं पा रहा है वो क्यों दुखी है, ये जो सैडनेस है उसके पास कैसे आई और इसके कारण क्या है. Then Salarino tries to give the reason. Now this is a very important one because this is the first reason which Salarino gives for the Antonio's sadness. He says, "Your mind is tossing on the ocean, there where your argosies with portly sail." He says, actually, I think you are sad because your mind is preoccupied with the safety of your ship. Your mind is tossing on the ocean means your mind is there on the ship. Where your argosies with portly sail. Argosies means the rich, commercial, big ships. With portly sail means grand sail. Now see the next few lines. This is a visual image which Salarino is creating. He is describing how Antonio's big and large ships, they look in front of the small petty ships. He says, like Signias and rich burghers on the flood. He says that Antonio's ships, they are so grand and so huge and big that they are like the noble and important citizens of Venice. He is comparing the ship of Antonio with the rich, noble and important citizens of Venice, or as it were the peasants or the pageants of the sea. He says when the ships of Antonio travel on the sea, beside those lower small ships, it is like a grand procession is out on the sea. Do overpeer the petty traffickers, means overpeer means overlook, and petty traffickers refers to the small boats. Now see, here he is making this comparison. He is comparing Antonio's ship to the rich, important, noble citizen of Venice and the common men. Now petty traffickers refers to the common men, the poor people. And he is comparing, Salarino is comparing petty traffickers to the common people. He is saying that just as the rich and the noble and important people of Rome, when they walk, the poor people bow down their head to show their respect to the rich and noble. In the same manner, when the small boats they pass by the huge ships of Antonio, they seem to be bowing down to the big ships. Actually, obviously the ships cannot bow down, but you see when they are tossing on the ocean on the waves, that courtesy to them, do them reverence, means when they are actually bowing down when they are tossing on the waves, they seem to be bowing down to the big ships of Antonio as they fly by them with their woven wings, as the big ships of Antonio pass by with their grand sails. Then Salarino says, "Believe me, sir, had I such venture forth." Now Salarino is saying that there is nothing to feel embarrassed or sad, because it's a very natural reaction of the human beings. He says that if I had been there in your place, the better part of my affection would be with my hopes abroad. That means if I also had such business like yours, and if my ships were also out in the sea just like yours, then my feelings, my thoughts would also be preoccupied with the safety of my ships. बोला अगर मैं आपकी जगह होता तो मैं भी अपने ships के बारे में सोचता रहता और उसको सोच के परेशान होता रहता. I should be still plucking the grass. Now see, this you mark it, because this comes as a question that what Salarino would be doing if his ships were out in the sea. He would be plucking the grass to see the direction of the wind, that whether the winds were favorable or not, to know where sits the wind, peering in maps for ports and piers and roads, and he would be looking carefully into the maps to find out the most careful harbors, channels and ports for his ships, and every object that might make me fear misfortune to my ventures. That means any such object which would create a doubt of fear in my mind about my ships, out of doubt would make me sad. That means अगर मैं ऐसा कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट देखता जिसे देखकर मुझे ऐसा कोई डेंजर याद आता जिससे कि मेरे शिप को खतरा हो सकता है, वो सारी चीजें मुझे परेशान करती. If I would have seen any object which might have aroused any doubts in my mind regarding the safety of my ship, I would have been equally sad. Salarino. my wind cooling my broth. Now see, here his my wind refers to his breath. He says, my wind cooling my broth. Broth is a soup. Like soup is usually very hot, and when you want to drink the soup, you first blow it cool. So that breath of yours which comes out of your mouth, that is referred to as my wind. Would blow me to an ache. He says that suppose at dinner time I would be sitting for dinner and I would be just cooling my soup, then the wind, my breath which would come out of my my mouth, that would remind me of the terrible storms that the ship might have to face, and that would make me tremble when I thought what a wind too great at sea might do. Now, when he would see that breath of his, he would be reminded of the terrible wind, the strong storms that might do damage to his ships. I should not see the sandy hourglass run. Now, this is the second object that would remind him of the danger to his ships. Sandy hourglass, I am sure you play indoor games where you know what the hourglass is. That is the timer, where there is an apparatus with two glass ends and the sand flows in between. Now, when he would look at that sandy hourglass, I should think of shallows and of flats. But जब भी मैं वो sandy hourglass देखूंगा, the sand in that sandy hourglass, that would remind me of the dangers from the hidden sandbanks at sea, on which my ship may get stuck. And see my wealthy Andrew docked in sand. And he said I would immediately start imagining about my wealthy Andrew. Wealthy Andrew is the big commercial ships of Antonio, which are full of rich cargoes. Docked in sand, that means I would imagine my ship being stuck in sand, wailing her high top lower than her ribs to kiss her burial. Wailing her high top lower, that means when the ship would get stuck, it would just be standing vertically and it would break in the middle, and then the top part of the ship that would bend down. जैसे कि ऐसे अगर शिप खड़ी है बिल्कुल, और फिर वो धीरे धीरे ऐसे करके बेंड होगी. That is, the top part is going down, and from the middle it will crack and it will go and stuck in the sand. So the top part you can see, which is standing straight, that would go like this and would kiss the sand. Lower than her ribs, that is the top part lower than the ribs, which is the lower part. To kiss her burial. Kiss her burial refers to the sand on which this lower top part would get stuck. जैसे ये अगर suppose sand है, तो ship जो है वो बिल्कुल ऐसे जाकर के यहाँ अटकेगी. So this is where the ship will sink, and this is referred to as the burial. Then the third thing. Should I go to church and see the holy edifice of stone? He says, and then for my peace of mind, suppose if I am very disturbed, I will think of going to the church to get some peace of mind. But there also I will not get any peace of mind. Why? Because there when he will see the holy structure of stone, not bethink me straight of dangerous rocks, which touching but my gentle vessel's side, he would immediately think of the hard and dangerous rocks with which his ship may collide. would scatter all her spices on the stream, because Antonio's ship is a huge commercial ship full of rich cargoes like spices and the costly silk. So when the ship will sink, or when the ship will collide with the rocks and it will get broken, all the spices would scatter on the sea. Enrobe the roaring waters with my silk, and all the expensive silk clothes would just spread around as if they are clothing the waters of the sea. And in a word, he says that if I have to say it in a word, even now worth this and now worth nothing. अगर मुझे एक शब्द में कहना पड़े तो I would say that now worth this. That means just a few seconds before, my ship, which was so valuable and so important because it was containing all the valuable goods, and now worth nothing. But just in a few minutes, if the ship will sink or if meets with an accident, then its value will be zero. All the values will be gone. Shall I have the thought to think on this, and shall I lack the thought that such a thing be chanced would make me sad? So he says, just think of it. If I can imagine all these things to happen, don't you think that I have the imagination to imagine the grief that I would feel if such a thing would ever happen? मतलब अगर मैं ये सारी चीजें सोच सकता हूँ, इन सब डेंजर्स को इमेजिन कर सकता हूँ, तो मैं वो दुख भी इमेजिन कर सकता हूँ जो कि मुझे उस समय होगा अगर मेरी शिप को कुछ भी हो गया. So basically he's trying to say that because you are imagining all the dangers to your ships and you are so much involved in it, that it is making you sad. But tell not me, I know Antonio is sad to think upon his merchandise. So he says, I am absolutely sure that Antonio is sad because he is thinking about his merchandise. Thank you. Please like the video and subscribe it so that you keep getting new videos.